to stock market, then opinion of anybody is taken and given effect. Even today, because there is emotion, fear of losing, and fear, I said, is greater than the emotion of hope. Even today, and it's a fact, it is not that if my office view would give an opinion that the stock market is going to crash, many people will believe it and sell shares because there's fear. So you do not take second opinion. In stock, both sides, euphoria and panic. In panic, shares move up to any extent on the downside, and in euphoria, it moves up to any extent on the upside. So these are the two ends of it. I can also, instances, be a person, or there are people who, if they have to purchase a handkerchief costing 5 rupees, they will visit 3 or 4 shops to find out if they are paying the right price. But if somebody should recommend them a stock which is quoting at even 800, they will buy instantly without even checking because of euphoria. The stock market is on most occasions. It's fundamentally guided, but in the short run there are emotions. And that emotions give you an opportunity either to get in or get out. Now, when I say get in and get out, that is for basically sometimes the share prices are overpriced. Now, coming back to the Indian economy is now witnessing a slowdown. In the last June quarter, we witnessed the economy growth at only just 5%. But that 5% is an aberration, I would say, because the last 6 quarters, this is the lowest rate of growth. But at the same time, the government is taking corrective action to arrest this slowdown. A slew of measures have been initiated, like cutting corporate tax to 22%, and for new companies to 15%. That's a very great reform. Then banking sector, consolidation of banking sector, and cut in interest rates. So there are a lot of reforms that have been initiated by the government. But those reforms will not have impact immediately. They have a lag effect. So the effect of such reforms would be felt in subsequent quarters. So therefore, coming to the question, have we bottomed out? Considering the fact that if you would observe and look at the stock prices of companies from their highs and compare it today, you would find many companies are at their historic lows. So are there further possibilities of the share prices moving down? Yes. It is impossible for anybody to time the market. Share prices could decline, but the rate of decline would not be as much as it was in the last 1 year. The decline could be there, but you can never catch a stock at the right price. You know that this is the bottoming out, and therefore today, investment in companies, blue chip companies, you invest at a current rate, not 100%, but keep on averaging and further declines. And I'm sure that provided, you invest into right companies. Many companies, for example, Tata Motors from 600 rupees today moved down to around 100 rupees. Now, is there anything with Tata Motors that has upset the company? The company remains as it is, though Tata Motors may not be technologically as high as some of the Japanese or German companies, but at the same time, it has got a good engineering base. So there is no change as far as the engineering base is concerned. What has changed is the demand factor, which is an external factor, nothing to do with the company. Demand is low. Demand is low because in the last few months, because as far as commercial vehicles are concerned, passenger cars or flats are concerned, a lot of their growth and demand is on the basis of credit. Now, as you all know that in India, ILF, this infrastructure leasing, and a lot of non-banking finance companies have virtually have problems in terms of liquidity. So lending is restricted, which may improve after a while. So in the meanwhile, when you cut off credit, it affects the demand for those particular gadgets or goods. So what we are facing today is not basically lack of demand, but the factors which are there can be reversed. It's not that demand has fallen down because of no demand at all. Demand has fallen down because of factors which can be reversed. So looking at the Indian stock market today, there is a lot of scope for an investor who invests today into blue chip companies which have declined sharply, and over a period of time they should definitely give appreciation, and the returns could be good enough taking a time frame of 12 to 18 months. So coming again in summarizing, it said that there has been a slowdown in the Indian economy. Every economy faces slowdown. All of you or many of you who are students of economics always know that there is cyclical, there is always a cycle. Now those cycles, at that point of time, you get companies which, blue chip companies at throwaway prices or cheap prices, and that's an opportunity. One should see that opportunity and invest. So therefore, I think in my view that I would not say that the markets will move up substantially from this point. There can be declines further, but marginal declines, and this period, this declining period gives you an opportunity to get into great stocks. Now coming further in this part of the same subject, what is the potential of the SME companies? Now, as far as the Indian economy is concerned, the small and medium sector is the backbone of the Indian economy, and that is the backbone in any developing economies. Now, this sector contributes around 45% to industrial production, 40% to exports. There are over 8,000 products manufactured by this sector. It contributes 17% to GDP, and 90% of all industrial enterprises in India are in the SME sector. And there are 5 crore SMEs in India. So this sector has a potential, but this potential was unleashed. It was not leashed, it was not. For a simple reason that, see, there are 3 types of, when it comes to funds, what are type of funds you require? Options, either your own funds, A, B, internal accruals, that is after your net profit, and 3 is bank funds. But as far as the 3 options are concerned, 1, internal accruals, difficult because your own funds, you cannot put in unlimited own funds. Companies don't grow with their own funds. Then internal accruals, that is your net profit margin is 5%. So if you are in, what you get is 5% on your business, that is also too small to invest. And 3, bank funds. Bank funds were very difficult and they got a cost. It's and they have to back by collateral. To the extent, specifically service companies don't have collaterals. So there's always limitation in terms of funds for this sector to grow. But now a new avenue has opened for this sector, the SME platform, Small and Medium Stock Exchange, where you could access equity from the investors. This was not available earlier, and therefore this sector was stunted, despite the fact the potential, but yet it was stunted because lack of availability of funds. And promoters, I have over a period of time, bet, I would say, will be understatement, over a lack of promoters of the SME sector. And as we said earlier, what is important, a promoter must have a vision and a passion to follow the vision, planning and not execution. But my experience with promoters are that in the SME, they multitask. They perform roles right from the president to the pew to the president. They do multitasking. And they have very little time to plan because they are most of the time executing real jobs. And also my observation is that in their lifespan or entrepreneurial journey, they work for 3 entities. 1, they work for the staff, salaries, 2, banks, interest, and 3, government taxes. What is left for them is just 5%. So this is where the SME companies were started. Now, with the setting up of the SME platform, there is an avenue which is available to the small and medium companies from where they can grow big. I remember many companies, as said earlier, fortunately, as as managing the investments of Tata's, it was necessary for me to take informed decisions. Informed decisions is only where after research you can grow. Then in the process of my role as an investment manager and director of investments, I had to take informed decision which required me to visit the facilities of most of the companies who are large today but were small then, and also interact with the managements. So there is hardly any management today or hardly any company which has grown big whom I have not met in the past because of my role to take informed decisions had to be. And what is my observation? All these managements today who are large or small then, what was the trigger and spark is that they had the vision and the passion. That the spark, and they grew. In 1978, when Reliance went public at 10 rupees per share, the net worth was a mere 6 crores. Today it is 9 lakh crores. So if anybody had invested in Reliance at that point of time in an IPO, today it has grown 1,50,000 times. And there are several companies who have grown multiple. So every company starts small, and from small it grows large. Amazon in the year 1997 was a website selling books. 1997, just today we are in 2019. Amazon has emerged from a website selling book as the largest company in the world, with the largest company in the world today. And Jeff Bezos, who is the founder of the company, he is the richest man in the world. And today he still continues, you just understand the potential, he still continues to be the richest man. After 25 years of marriage, he divorced his wife, gave her $38 billion in alimony, and still remains the richest man in the world. So that, and all the managements, all who are promoters, who feature in Fortune 500 or Forbes, have their wealth through their company equities. You will not have a real estate owner or a bullion owner or gold owner who's if Warren Buffett, if today even the 5